Niagara Falls. One of the many beautiful natural wonders of the world, and one hell of a place to kill yourself. Oh, that's right. Along with being absolutely gorgeous and the largest waterfall in North America, tons of people decide that they just want to end themselves by walking into the extremely quick-moving waters and just getting yeeted off the side of Niagara Falls, plummeting to their deaths. Get a couple weirdos in some wood barrels floating over and surviving. And now everybody wants to just end it by cascading off of the falls. Normally, and this is so strange to say that, but normally when people off themselves at Niagara Falls, they go over to the side of the water and they walk in and get swept away. Then start panicking because they're about to fucking die and realize that drowning probably isn't the most comfortable way to go. And then fall off the edge. But a couple weeks ago, some old lady wanted to one-up it and drove her car into Niagara Falls.
Tragic situation we've been following all afternoon for you. One woman is dead after her car plunged into the Niagara River.
How did she do it, you might ask? Well, by maneuvering her car around some blockades at a normal street in the park area onto a pedestrian walkway to then just find an off-ramp into Niagara Falls. This 60-year-old woman is now in the water and people are looking around, spectating with their families and kids, just watching this Chrysler 300 float by and then get stuck 50 feet before Niagara Falls drop off. And they start calling 911 and saying, yo, there is somebody in a car somehow in Niagara River 50 feet before the falls. And who are you going to send to that? What, the firemen? What are firemen going to do? Just reach a ladder out there and hang from it as they just tap the hood of the car with an axe? Ma'am, we're gonna cut you out of here like a can opener. Can you? How the fuck did you get here? Unless there's some sort of construction group 30 yards over this way with a crane, there's no way you're lifting a car that's now waterlogged to just pull it up out of the water. Just pull it up. But I digress. They call in the only people that they can, and that's a Coast Guard rescue swimmer. Here come the Coasties. I haven't been so hyped up about the Coast Guard since that Kevin Costner movie. Gills. No, not that one.
I won't let go! I know.
That's the one. Now this brave or mentally challenged man is now lowered like a meat piñata over the car that is having waves crash over it from the Niagara River as it's 50 feet from the falls. You can see that water moving fast over the car. It's moving 32 feet a second. For those of you that aren't familiar with that, it's 22 miles an hour. 22 miles an hour. That's an Olympic sprinter just slamming it with the full force of a river into a car, the door, and whatever else is in its way. And they're only 50 feet from the edge. So this guy, if he just drops in, heaven forbid, it's not like you could just inflate your floaty vest and wait around for them to drop another line to you and hook up and clamber on up that thing back into the cockpit of that helicopter. No, it is, oh, Greg fell in. Oh, Greg's over the edge. Double rescue mission. Do you think he survived? We're gonna need another helicopter. But that doesn't matter to this man right here, dangling over the water, possibly to his death. No. I don't even know how they fit him and his gigantic balls on the helicopter. Now, I don't know this Coast Guardman's name. Is that how you say Coast Guard? Whatever. But I'm going to call him Greg. And Greg here just decides, I gotta Gotta try and save this lady, dead or not. We'll see if we can't work things out a little bit later on. Time to go in the car, and just opens up the car door like Hercules. Opens up this door with this huge amount of water pushing against it like no big deal, and says, hey ma'am, seems as though your warranty on life has expired, but I'm gonna get you out of here. So what do you say I wrap this belt around you and bring you on upstairs, huh? What do you say? All right, let's do this. Gets into the car, loops this woman up, and then off they go. What happens if that car door just closes and that car is just picked up and the water takes it over the edge? Is it taking the helicopter with it? Is there some sort of release to where old Greg is just screwed in the car with this dead woman and they get thrown off the side of Niagara Falls and the helicopter lifts? Or is that helicopter getting pulled alongside with it? Either way, Greg don't give a shit, and apparently neither does the crew, because they are in it to win it. And good old Greg picks up the woman, puts her in a harness, and then carries her up. Unfortunately, the woman expired, but this woman's face is directly in front of old Greg's. Old Greg. If you want to go, hell, that is the way. One hell of a send-off. Now, I don't think Greg was too worried about drowning, and no, not because of his life vest, but because wood floats. And old Greg has got to have a California redwood hanging between his legs with acorns the size of Volkswagen Beetles, because he don't care about drowning. He's just got to float on top of his massive dick and be like, oh, well, this is unexpected. Oh, it's only this big right now because of the cold water. You should see it when it's warm. Now, old Greg got carried away by his helicopter and landed and did all his other shenanigans, but the car stayed. Kind of hard to move a car. In fact, in order to get to the car and the woman, the Niagara Water Authority was able to lower the water 5 feet so that the Coast Guard, Greg, could get to the car and get her out of there. We can lower an entire river because of a hydroelectric dam 5 feet. But we can't get a car out of it. And you know what? Screw it. I say just let it go out of the falls and float on over to the Canadian side. Let them deal with it. I can see the Mounties just hovering around this car as it washes onto the shore of Canadian soil. Oh, geez. These American guys are leaving their trash over here, huh? Gee, I was going to go watch the Leafs game and have myself a good old-fashioned Labatt's, but no, I got to sit here, eh? Rude. Now, Greg, I've already gotten in touch with somebody from the Coast Guard base, but I haven't gotten in touch with you. You need to get a hold of me, because you, my beautiful Greg, you deserve a P.O.B. Good job. Good job. Good job. Now, if you know anybody that deserves a P.O.B., make sure to leave their story in the comments. Or get them a P.O.B. shirt at angrycops.com. But either way, keep doing the right thing, weirdos. Hey, Mr. Kutcher, I'm a swim champ. Me. Fucking guy's got Bitcoin and a hot wife. He's just living life.